whether you're a guy in a cape.
Are we doing this now?
Yeah, motherfucker, get off your phone.
I'm on show prep. See.
Or a rogue who's sneaky.
I got nothing. I'm dying over here.
Take it away, Chris. Join Chris, Jason, and Roger as we.
You can't take it away to yourself.
I was going to say, did you just take it away yourself?
No, I took it away myself.
You can't do
Jesus.
that.
As we entertain the geeky.
That was like when Job introduced himself at his magic show.
Right. I mean, you can't just be like.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
No, you can't be all like.
You're welcome.
Take it away, Chris. Oh wait, I'm Chris. You can't. That's not how it works.
I just fucking did that. I
do
just
that.
did it.
You know what that makes you?
An asshole.
No.
A
That
scientist.
means you have no friends.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that.
No,
I
that's
knew
not-
that.
Well,
I knew
it's
that
sad.
going into this one.
I'm your friend.
Thanks.
I'll be
No,
your
he's just
friend.
saying- look at the look of sadness on his face. Like he's a pity friend.
Really? do I look sad? Am I a sad-looking person?
I mean, right now with the pity friend face, yeah, because you're like,
No.
like you got this look in your eyes, like your dogs that you don't like are like looking at you for love. That's how you're looking at Chris.
Why
You're
is
like,
this such an issue for people? I don't understand why people can't get through the idea that some people don't like animals, okay? Some people don't like them.
It's just you're such a. Here's the thing. It's not that you don't like animals. It's just you have such a big heart. It shocks us to find out that you don't like furry little creatures that love you.
They're dirty. They're dirty things
You
that
need to be closer to that.
You need to move
they're
this.
dirty things that are dirty.
Well, I didn't know I needed to be closer until now.
And they're just dirty. Like my dog will run around in the yard and literally find areas that smell bad and roll around in them so he can smell bad. That's gross.
Yeah, he's masking his odor.
Yeah, he
It's
wants to smell good
gross.
for you.
It doesn't smell good. It smells bad.
He thinks it smells good for
Well,
you.
for him, it might smell good.
He's like, this thing's dead. I'll roll in it.
Exactly.
For
That's
you.
the reality. That'd be like me seeing a pile of poop on the street and just rubbing my back on it because fuck it.
My mom's dogs
Done
do
that.
that with cow shit.
It's
I thought you were
gross.
just gonna be like, my mom's done that.
No, my mom's
Animals
dogs do
are
that with cow
gross.
shit. It's pretty funny.
Animals are awesome.
Truth be told, I like, meat and I eat steaks and pork and all that stuff, but I don't have a cow and a pig in my house. It's gross.
I mean, you
They're
could.
gross. I don't want to. They're gross.
could.
They smell bad.
You know what? If you believe in it.
It doesn't matter. The point is, like I said, I think more people would be apt to say the truth about how they feel about animals if there wasn't such a stigma attached to not liking animals.
See, I think most people...
Do you know how much hate we're going to get right now?
No, fuck them.
People are going to hate on us.
So I
hate
think-
on me.
No, hate on you. Not
Hate on
me.
me.
I love. They all know I love.
I think
animals.
here,
No one's going to listen to my show
It's
now
fine.
because I don't like animals.
I'm going to attack everybody right now and take the target off your back. So what I think is that people are so fucking starved for actual attention and affection, they go to an animal for it that they can force the attention and the affection out
I mean,
of.
and the animal's going to reciprocate, right? They love you. They love you.
See, that's the thing. They do love you.
They do. I'm not denying that.
And every time you come home, those animals are happy to see you.
They're not happy to see me.
Well, no, because you don't love them back.
Jason punted the dog yesterday. No, he's fucking
I
terrified.
would never physically abuse anything, whether it be an animal or a person. That's not the point. The point is, well, no, I don't think that's ever justified.
Certain people, I just want to punch in the
Well,
face.
do I want to punch some people in the face? Sure, but will I do it? Probably not.
I mean, if I ever see Chris Pine, we might need to get some bail money.
Got it.
I don't understand
I got
your
it. I
obsession
promise you,
with assaulting
I
Chris
promise
Pine.
you, if you fucking
Someone's
if
calling
you
the
go
cops
to
out there
jail
right
for
now, you
taking
know that, right?
motherfucker down, I will come and bail you out. The wife will be like, "What the fuck are you taking all that money out of the bank for?" And I'll be like, "Oh, this dumb bitch."
You don't understand.
I'm like, Chris Pine showed up. The motherfucker showed up.
He just happened to be there. Roger said, "You're not my captain." Hit him in the face.
She's like, "So you mean to tell me you went to Comic-Con, waited in line at his booth, so Roger could then assault him?"
No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
But
I don't
kinda.
understand. I don't understand your weird hatred of Chris Pine. In all reality, are there captains of the Enterprise that I don't like? Sure. But does that mean I want to punch him in the face? No.
It's actually comments outside of being captain of the
Yeah.
Enterprise.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with his
It's him.
portrayal of Captain
It's him as a
Kirk.
person.
It's just him. Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
It's just him.
Fair enough. I'm just saying, somebody out there's calling the cops right now, and then Chris Pine, your name's going to be on a watch list. All of Chris Pine's bodyguards are going to
This
have your
pussy-
picture.
All two of them?
This has been going on for fucking years. 3 years. If you haven't caught on to the fact that Roger doesn't like you, you dumb bitch. Like,
I like Chris Pine. I got no problem with Chris Pine. I think he's a good actor.
No, fuck Chris Pine. He could be the next Tom Hanks. He can go rot in hell for all I care.
He did great Steve Trevor.
the next Tom Hanks.
He could be the next Tom Hanks for all.
That's what it is to be a great actor.
That's what it is. I mean, yeah, you got to be. If you're not as good as Tom Hanks, well,
you ain't shit. I mean, can you act in Big?
Let's be honest. I mean, Tom Hanks.
Zachary Levi can act in Big. Did you see Shazam?
Yeah.
I did not see Shazam.
You did not see Shazam?
I did not see Shazam.
That's a bummer.
I'll wait for DVD.
It's a good one.
I don't like theaters.
I know you don't like theaters. I'm not,
Endgame made me realize again how much I hate.
I got to wait in line at a movie theater though, and I fucking loved that. My kids had never got to do that before.
The only time I ever waited in line in a movie theater was when Star Wars Episode 1 came out.
I did it for Star Wars. I did it for the original X-Men movie.
I bought my tickets online.
I did it again for Episode 2.
Yeah.
I wasn't waiting in line.
Joe Moore likes to do that, though. Him and I are kindred spirits.
Joe Moore will go to a theater 3 hours before the movie starts and just sit in his seat waiting.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to be waiting in line, but the lines don't exist anymore. So my kids, those ungrateful little shits, got to wait in the line this time and experience the full glory of being in a movie.
Running to your seat, trying to get the seat picked out before someone
do you
else
realize?
Exactly.
Do you realize, right, that is our reality? That was our reality when we were watching movies in our teenage years. They don't have to worry about that anymore. Your seat is assigned. You can buy your ticket online. You don't have to be the movie theater. The movie going experience has changed.
We bought our tickets online and still had to wait in line. We still had to get there.
Okay, waiting in line to get in the theater, that's
dude.
different. Waiting in line to buy tickets is what I'm talking about.
No.
I waited in line to buy tickets for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
I did that for X-Men. Yeah, I remember that. No,
because there was no internet.
You couldn't go on the.
There was an internet. You couldn't buy movies.
But Fandango didn't exist yet.
It was when Episode 1 came out. I had to go to the theater across from Northwest Plaza because Northwest Plaza was sold out.
We were at Jamestown.
Yeah,
we were at Jamestown Mall watching Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Theaters, man.
Oh God.
When you have to go to the one outside the mall, which is basically an upscale dollar show to watch Episode 1, but you did it, damn it. You did it.
Yeah.
I had to go to Chesterfield. Have you been to Chesterfield Mall lately?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah, it's
like
wonderful.
there's nothing there.
Absolutely, there's a V-Stock and a movie theater.
That's it.
And like 2 restaurants.
And no, just one. It's O'Charlie's at the food court.
That's the only one left now?
Because I ate there because I was like, there's nothing left. And to see Avengers, and then I sat in line for fucking an hour. Our movie started at 5:45. It wasn't until 5:40 they let us go and get our seats. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? My anxiety, my hatred of people had built to a massive level.
Good.
Sure.
Assholes behind us talking about how they've seen the movie 3 times already, trying to like they whisper something in their ear like, oh yeah, that was an awesome scene. Shut the fuck up.
You can say that, but we went on opening night. No one had seen the movie yet. No one was spoiling anything. No one was like, oh, I saw that coming, because we were all experiencing it for the first time together. Not to mention the raucous applause that happens during key moments. One of the big ones being, I'm going to say spoiler warning if you're listening to us, and
look,
I'm going to spoil things.
The spoiler has been lifted up.
No,
okay.
No, it hasn't.
Said on Monday we can talk about.
It's not Monday.
It will be when this episode goes out.
This doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is, though, it's Captain America picking up Thor's hammer. That was a moment when the entire theater erupted into raucous applause. It was great.
I screamed, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I screamed anything, but I think I was applauding quite loudly.
I lost full control of my body. And I was like, oh shit! It was like I was constipated and everything.
I just kind of stood up in my chair a little bit. Now, here's the thing about me when I go see movies. I don't react. Like, when watching movies, I'm just so focused on, like, there's no, like, in my head, I'm feeling the emotions, but there's no reaction.
Oh, God. The last 40 minutes of the movie had me in tears.
So when I'm watching Endgame and Captain America picks up the hammer, and I just kind of perk up just a little.
No, I get it.
And that was enough for, like everyone was like, oh, shit. I was like, yeah, I know.
From the moment that final battle started, I was inconsolable. Like, I literally was, a couple of times missing things on screen because I couldn't see.
So I walked out of Endgame and I was happy.
Good flick.
I don't know how you couldn't be.
I was like, yeah, it was a good movie, great movie. And that was a sigh of relief for me. Because I'm like, you know what? I don't have to watch another Marvel movie.
I actually, what's funny? I thought the same thing to myself when I was leaving. I was like, I might not go see another one of these.
Yeah, I'm good.
Except the next one is Spider-Man Far From Home, and you're like one of the biggest Spider-Man fans I know.
There's that.
But I've seen so many Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I know. I already know how it's going to go.
Okay, but
seriously, I'm stoked to see Mysterio. And it's supposed to be the last of Phase 3 or 4 or whatever. It's
Phase 3.
Phase 3.
This is supposed to be the final Phase 3 film.
Yeah. So I'm cool with it. I'll watch that shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Ending the phase on a happy note is the same thing they did with Phase 2. Avengers Age of Ultron came out, and we thought, oh, this is the end. Well, no, actually, technically, Ant-Man's the end, because Captain America Civil War starts the next phase.
Right.
Ant-Man's so cute.
It was. Paul Rudd's a national treasure.
I'm good. Like to me, the journey is over. I saw these characters walk into the limelight. I might go see the X-Men movies when they finally make their jump, but I don't have to.
The reality is, though, there's so many things that are being talked about right now that are actually much more exciting, right? If you're familiar,
going on,
well, the series that Disney Plus is doing, but if you're familiar with the Eternals in any way, you should be very excited about seeing an Eternals movie. Yeah. This is a very interesting concept in comics. So, not to mention Shang-Chi and getting a Black Widow movie finally after all these years.
Well, yeah.
Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2,
great.
Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah, great, awesome. You know what? That's great, but I walked into the theater 10 years ago, 11 years ago, saw a movie that blew my expectations out of the water.
Yeah.
And they took a comic character that wasn't well loved, wasn't really well, like, yeah, everyone kind of walked in, well, what's the worst it could be? It could be fucking Batman and Robin. Blew the doors off of it, kept the ball rolling with the storyline that you knew was coming. You knew the Avengers were going to fight Thanos.
Sure.
We knew this from the minute that it was announced Avengers that there was going to be the Infinity War. And I have waited, and I have watched, and I have seen this journey, and now it's done. And I'm okay with this. There's no sadness. I'm good.
I agree with what you're saying.
Logical closure.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. You could stop watching these movies right now, and then you'd be fine, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is, I mean, they've proven to us they're good at this. So the next Thanos is going to be a part of the next phase. And I am almost sure it's probably going to be Galactus.
That's fine. I'm good.
Which brings in the Fantastic Four and possibly brings in the X-Men.
I'm good.
That is the I said this when we were talking earlier. The one single thing that I'm sad about is that we didn't get the X-Men Fantastic Four in that, but it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm happy. It's a good ending. I mean,
no, it was good.
No, it's a very good ending.
Fucking Captain America got to ride off into the sunset, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Iron Man
was a hero.
Is a hero, yeah.
And I got to see Happy again.
And he's possibly an AI.
Possibly.
Have you heard this theory?
No.
So the moment at the end when he is speaking to them through the helmet, right? The recording that he made.
Yeah.
There's the very last thing he says. You remember what it was?
I love you 3000.
I love you 3000.
Yeah.
And when he says it, he looks right at his daughter. Well, okay, how could hologram Tony know where his daughter, first of all, would have been sitting in the room to make that work? There's a lot of people that think Tony merged his consciousness with the AI.
Movie magic.
It's movie magic, and it makes you sad, or it brings you a tear to your eye.
It's called framing a scene appropriately.
But the reality
Right.
is this man made a recording, and the recording knows exactly where to look. Well, that's not possible with a recording.
Maybe that's daughter's spot.
Okay. That's just her. She's always going to be sitting right there on the couch. That's where she
that's
sits.
Kind of that's how it is at my house.
And even if that's the case, this was not being recorded in his living room. He was recording it at Avengers HQ.
But there's no, you know what? It's a will, and Tony probably said, make sure you play this after the funeral, during in the living room. You don't know. It's called framing a scene. It's directing 101.
I would love it if Tony merged his consciousness with an AI, because that's what he did in the comics.
Robert Downey Jr. is done. He's done.
That doesn't mean you can't have him lend his voice.
He's not. That guy,
as an AI.
He's ready to be done. The guy wants to hang it up.
Maybe.
More power to him.
Look, he wasn't initially supposed to be in that Spider-Man movie they did, but when they called him and said, look, we'll pay you whatever you want, he said, okay. And he got literally 50% of that movie's budget for paying actors. I mean, he got a ridiculous payout for that movie. Not to mention, his agent has negotiated for him in these recent movies that he's been in. He gets a percentage of the back end.
Yeah.
Right? The profits from the movie, part of that goes to Robert Downey Jr. And this movie has made $2 billion.
Yep.
The man is rich. He's a rich man.
He was fucking rich.
He was already rich.
Actor pay.
He was already rich. But the reality is, Robert Downey Jr. seems like the type of guy that if you said, look, we'll give you whatever you want to come back and do your voice for an AI, he'd be like, all right. Because it's not like you'd have to be on set for that. You just go into a recording studio, you record some lines, and you're done.
He literally talked about how he didn't really have to be on set to be Iron Man. He's like, I'd
that's true.
Say a couple lines and then go back to my air-conditioned house.
Yeah,
because I
that's true.
house.
He was savage about that when he was talking about how
like,
he gets a lot
are
better
hot.
treatment than the other people because they're out there in their costumes sweating.
Yeah.
He's sitting in a studio recording his lines for when he's inside the mask.
Brilliant.
It's true. But the reality is, I mean, Natalie Portman came back. She never was going to come back.
She was never coming back.
She outright stated she's never coming back.
Yeah.
But it's Hollywood, man. Money talks. Look, it's Disney. Not to mention, it's the company that has the most money out of any company. Like, we'll pay you whatever you want.
Disney,
in the world.
I'm telling you, if you just fly us out there, you don't even have to pay us.
I mean, you do.
Just fly us out there. We'll do the show.
We got you.
All of us, all three of us. Fuck it. I'll leave my job. We'll do it.
I mean,
but so the reality is, they could get him back. Chris Evans, I think, is the one for sure we know he's done because he had a farewell. You know, he did it on Twitter and Facebook. He was very like, look, this is my last day. It's been amazing. Chris Evans wants to direct. He directed that Snow movie, Snowpiercer. He was starred in it as well, but he directed it. He wants to direct.
He can direct Marvel movies.
I would love it if Chris Evans started directing Marvel movies. I think that'd be great.
And he can be.
He's been with them since the beginning.
Well,
pretty much.
Almost.
I mean,
he was the third movie?
Fourth. He was the last movie before Avengers. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor.
I forgot. Yeah, Iron Man 2.
Or he was the fifth. So he was the fifth movie.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because it's Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers.
I thought you were in chronological order there.
That is chronological order.
I mean, order of release. Not
that is order of
release. That is order of release. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, you're completely correct there.
I
don't like the fucking fan posters that are coming out now telling you the chronological order because half of it's wrong. Yeah. I'm like, stop putting these stupid fucking posters out.
Well, the reality is, you know, Captain America is the first story chronologically, although it's not the first framing of a story chronologically because we told stories at the beginning of the Thor movies that took place in the way, way past.
Exactly.
When Vikings were still a thing.
Like, just stop, people.
Like, stop putting it in chronological order. It's not necessary.
It's done. Watch the movies in the order that came out. They're fucking good.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. Because not to mention, you know, Captain America's first movie ends with him being unfrozen in modern day, right? So that frames it with everything else that was going on at the time anyway.
One of the things that irked me, so at the end of Incredible Hulk, you see Robert Downey Jr. And people, I guess, forgot that when they put this order together and how you're supposed to watch them. I'm like, you fucking quit. This happened at this point in time because Iron Man had already happened.
Yeah.
Like, we know this.
Well, not to mention, I mean, he walks in a normal suit, but he's already Iron Man at this point because Ross has that joking moment where he says, you always wear such nice suits. Yep. And Downey Jr. says, touche. Right? Like, I mean, so clearly Iron Man has happened already.
Yeah.
Not to mention he's talking about the Avengers Initiative, which doesn't happen, which he doesn't even know about until Nick Fury tells him about it at the end of Iron Man.
Yep, exactly.
So I just want a Professor Hulk movie now.
Oh, you're getting it.
I do. Yeah,
you're gonna get it.
I have had no desire to see a Hulk movie. I like Mark Ruffalo quite a bit, but I'm fine with him just popping up every now and again. But now that Professor Hulk is the thing, we need to see a Hulk movie.
I need a good Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Hulk was such a tool in that movie.
Well, there's the problem.
What? No, Hulk was awesome.
Oh, him doing the fucking selfie with the kids.
Oh man.
Oh my god,
such
a tool.
If they're still dabbing 5 years from now, I hope society just blows up.
In all reality, though, Banner's a nerd.
He is.
Right?
Sure.
Like, that was the point. I think that's the point. When you see Banner trying to interact with people like Hulk would, he's naturally going to be a little nerdy because he's a nerdy guy. He's not really good at interacting with people. You know, like, he's good at interacting with Tony, who's intellectually on his level, but everybody else, it's awkward. It's hard, you know, for the nerdy smart guy to interact with normal, non-nerdy, non-smart people. Like kids.
Like children.
Like children.
Like the childrens.
No, what got it was, you want to take my picture? I'm Ant-Man.
Yeah.
What, who?
Who? Yeah.
No, I was taking a picture. No, I don't want to. I was like, no, just
and then he's like, go ahead, take a picture with them. Go ahead, take a picture with them.
Take the goddamn phone. just take it. Go. Look, he's even saying he doesn't want to take a picture with me.
No, he'll do it. He'll do it.
No, it was fucking great.
No, well, and the problem with Hulk, you know, from making solo movies a standpoint, is Hulk is still owned by Universal.
Yeah.
Right.
Marvel doesn't own Hulk. They're like Spider-Man, just borrowing Hulk. The only difference is Universal was like, yeah, go, take it, do it, give us a cut. Right? We don't need a contract. Just use it.
$2 billion.
Give us a cut.
Just give us a little
right?
bit of money.
They get a cut whenever Hulk is in a movie. So that complicated the ability to make more Incredible Hulk movies for them. Now, obviously, they you know, were okay with the Sony thing because Spider-Man was a character they really wanted to be an integral part of the story.
Right.
Hulk's just the big green guy that shows up for team-ups, really, is his role in this at this point. Because his solo movie is not the best movie. It might actually be one of the worst movies they've made.
I thought Incredible Hulk was good. That was a fun flick.
It's okay, but again, when you look at it in the scheme of things, it's way down on the list of movies.
It's Bethany.
Learn how to speak
definitely
English.
better than Hulk.
Oh,
Well,
that piece of shit from
Ang
2004.
Ang Lee's Hulk was a ridiculous
Yeah, that was
idea.
trash.
First of all, there's nothing artsy about the big green rage monster, right? I don't want an artsy film about Hulk. You want to do an artsy film? Okay, do it about Wolverine, right? This character that has his roots tied in Japanese culture. That could be artsy. Hulk is a big green rage monster. That's what he is. Nothing about that needs art.
Yeah, but you know he can squeeze a dog's head off.
That is important.
That movie was so fucking dumb.
Important.
Like,
And for some reason, we had what's that guy's name who played his dad? Nolte? Was Nolte the guy who
Nolte.
played his dad?
Yeah.
Who the hell thought Nick Nolte should be a character in a comic book movie? First of all,
if you're going to be an abusive father, I can't think of anyone better than
I
Nick
guess
Nolte.
I guess that's true. I mean, you could have got Gary Busey, and that would have added a little bit of violence factor to the whole thing.
Fucking hysterical.
But I just couldn't look at Gary Busey because Gary Busey has that look on his face permanently there now. Whereas before he would act and put that crazy look on his face. Now it's just always there.
Yeah, Gary Busey's a psychopath.
Yeah,
And that's the funny thing is, he was on top of the world in the 80s and 90s.
yeah.
That guy was in all the movies. He was always in movies. And he usually played somebody who would fly off the handle. Which, ironically, we found out later is just who he is.
That's what he does.
He's always just flying off the handle. He's like, this is acting?
Nick Nolte was the same way, man. That guy was on top of the world for a little while in the 80s and 90s. He was always the villain character. And he was good at it. He did a good job playing the cliche 80s, 90s movie villain. But, you know, they both lost their minds. And so at that point, we knew Nick Nolte had lost his mind, and we still cast him as David Banner. And the David Banner thing is goofy too, right? Because David Banner was what they called Hulk in the old TV show.
Yeah.
So what Ang Lee was trying to do was say, this is a continuation of that, and this is David Banner's son, Bruce?
Except,
come on,
David Banner wasn't an abusive prick
right
in the Hulk show. He went around saving people.
Right.
Because he was a fucking hero.
So, but the only reason they called him David Banner is because they didn't have the full 100% rights to use. So they had to change the name to switch it up a little bit. Why are you incorporating something that was designed in a stupid way into your blockbuster Hollywood movie? Just make him Dave. It doesn't matter. Don't connect it. He doesn't have to be the Banner from the show. No. I don't need a sequel to an old 60s TV show. I'm good.
70s.
70s.
80s.
Was it 80s?
I thought it was 70s.
80s.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Whatever, it's
You
bad.
didn't watch The Incredible Hulk?
No.
It's
Incredible
bad.
Hulk wasn't bad. It was fine. It's
It
a
was
good show.
bad.
It's
it
bad.
was a very bad show.
I've fucking bought that
Oh
shit on
my
DVD.
God.
It's bad.
It's not bad. It's fine.
Trying to incorporate characters like Thor and Daredevil.
That was in the movies. That
Doesn't matter, it was stupid.
So that was a little different.
The made-for-TV movies still had Bill Bixby and friggin' Lou Ferrigno in them. It was still a continuation of the television show. You can't deny that.
The show was fine.
In fact, if you look at those movies, I think someone has fit those movies in where they belong chronologically in The Incredible Hulk as a series. Like, this movie goes here. This movie goes here.
Yeah, whatever. I'd watched the Incredible Hulk TV show, and it's a fine TV show.
It's not a fine
It is
TV
a
show.
fine TV
It's like
show.
saying Batman
Roger
66
also
is a
goes
fine
through
TV
and
show.
watch it. Batman 66 is fun to watch.
Fine TV
It's
show.
not a good TV
It's
show.
fun to watch.
These are shows that embarrass the characters.
Except Batman 66
It's
was
supposed to be.
Batman 66. The
That's
comics
supposed to be embarrassing?
Batman was
Yes.
riding dinosaurs.
Supposed to be embarrassing.
It is absolutely supposed to be embarrassing. It's fucking making fun of it. It's fun.
All right.
I enjoy it.
The 40s serials about Batman were better than that goddamn 60s TV show.
So much fun.
The 40s serials at least were detective stories
Jason's
where he was
just
detecting
mad because
crime.
Batman's his favorite.
It's true.
He's like, fuck you. This isn't Batman.
Truth be
I
told,
read books.
we own the entire Blu-ray box set of Batman 66 because my wife is a fan.
That's not for you, though.
My wife is a fan of
It's
Batman
fun.
66.
It's fun. It's whimsical.
It's ridiculous.
Robin got eaten by a giant plant in one of them.
You fucking get your shark repellent out, bitch. What's up?
That's so ridiculous.
You don't carry that on you?
No, I don't. I don't know why anybody
Shark
would.
repellent. In case you get a shark on your leg.
I don't live in the ocean.
Neither does Batman.
He flew
We live
over
in the
one.
Midwest.
And bull sharks can be in
Yeah,
rivers.
you never know what's gonna happen.
Sure. Okay.
Batman's ready for everything. See, if you knew the character like you claim, you would be ready.
Remember earlier about not wanting to punch people in the face?
I did just get that look.
I would never punch him, though. That's the difference. Desire to punch someone does not actually, correlate to punching someone. For me, anyway.
I mean,
You attack Jason's fandom of Batman.
it's just over. It's just over.
He's like, "Oh, I hope you die on your way home today. Bye."
Have a safe trip.
No. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Even if it's wrong.
There it is.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's fine.
No, I mean, there's been 1,000 reimaginings of basically every character that we know.
It's true.
And sometimes it's not, it's kind of off kilter from what we're used to.
Well, but sometimes it's just outright terrible and doesn't understand the source material well enough to adapt it properly to a movie. Like Daredevil.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Director's cut was
Affleck's Daredevil is clearly like they wanted to use the source material. We're bringing in characters like Kingpin and Bullseye and Elektra, characters that are central to the Daredevil story, but they just didn't understand how to adapt that well into a movie world. It ended up coming across as campy and silly, and that's not Daredevil.
Right.
Daredevil's actually always been one of the most serious characters in the Marvel Universe, right? This is a man who takes his life very seriously. Even to the point where he's turned down invitations from Captain America himself to go be a part of the Avengers. Like, no. You guys go deal with the big guy who wants to take over the world. I'm dealing with the drug traffickers and the sex traffickers and these terrible people that you guys just seem to ignore.
Until I became mayor. Because that happened.
Yeah. Murdoch also got unmasked before the public.
He got unmasked a couple of times.
Well, it's been retconned.
It happens.
And then he moved to San Francisco, and now he's back in Hell's Kitchen. He got hit by a bus.
He was a hand ninja for a while.
He was a leader of the hand.
He was. He turned Hell's Kitchen into a hand ninja clan.
Yeah, we don't talk about that story arc.
Shadowlands?
We don't.
You know, the thing about Shadowland,
Retcon.
it's a bad story, right? The miniseries.
Yeah.
But the lead up was great.
Yes, and that's the problem.
Where Daredevil started kicking all the cops out of Hell's Kitchen because they were ineffective at stopping crime and started letting hand ninjas become the police. That was great. The lead up was brilliant.
Who the fuck is like, oh yeah, coppers, get out. Some guy
Daredevil,
in a mask.
he took control of Hell's Kitchen.
Some guy in a mask is like, hey.
What are they going to do?
dismissed.
These are the hand ninjas. The cops, the cops could resist.
It's hysterical.
Daredevil felt that the police force was ineffective, and so he took over the ninjas and let them be the police force of Hell's Kitchen. He called it Shadowland. He built a big freaking temple right in the center of Hell's Kitchen.
What would have been best is if Iron Man would have known he was doing this and be like, no, I'm sending a bunch of army robots to come fight you.
And that was what Shadowland was.
Yeah.
The miniseries, the actual miniseries was the Avengers taking note and being like, what the fuck, Daredevil? You're fucking up.
I did not read that.
It was bad.
Not a lot of people.
No,
did.
because it was bad.
It wasn't good.
I had really high hopes for it, though, because like I said, the lead up was brilliant.
Well, they wanted it to be like Daredevil's own Civil War, and it just wasn't.
Yeah, Daredevil's, first of all, not an impactful enough character for it to be that impactful. Right? So, and rightly so, right? He's always been the guy who's existed on the fringe. He likes it that way.
That's where he wants to stay.
That's where he wants to be.
So like, hey, come save them now.
No,
Yeah.
you go save the world. You got superpowers.
I'm gonna go. I have like 8 blocks here. This is what I'm protecting.
Yep. The mafia's coming in. They're muscling people out. They're taking protection money. This is my job.
This is what I do.
Right.
You do you. I'll do me.
Punisher's the same way. In fact, that's I mean, Daredevil and Punisher are essentially the same character. Daredevil likes to deny that all day, but when Frank compares himself to Daredevil, he's not lying. They're both characters that exist on the fringe. They're both characters that would prefer to not have the Avengers up in their business. And they're both characters that deal with the mafia and real crime. They just differ on how they deal with it.
Punisher kills the fuck out of him.
Daredevil puts them in jail and then prosecutes them as Matt Murdock.
That's true. That's how it goes. That is what happens.
So who's ultimately more effective there? It's the Punisher, right?
Yeah, it's the Punisher. The Punisher is much more effective as a character.
And he respects Captain America.
He does.
He's like, Cap, I just love you so much.
No, he respects the hell out of Captain America. So much so that when Captain America was a Hydra agent, one of the first people to follow him was Frank.
Yep.
Frank said, "Hail Hydra! If Cap's got it, I'm doing
What
it."
did you think of that fucking Hail Hydra reference in the movie?
I'm not with people that were hating on Nick Spencer. I think when you tell a story, look, ultimately, did anybody think that they were going to leave Captain America a Hydra guy? Because anybody who thought that just doesn't read enough comics.
Well, no, as soon as I saw the panel, I was like, this will be done in a week.
Yeah.
Well, it took a little longer than that. But in all reality, what we understood was that was actually not Captain America. That was a version of Captain America that the Tesseract had created to fill the role while they had the real Captain America locked in a pocket dimension. Right? Like, we got the real Captain America back. The Hail Hydra Captain America was not the real Captain America. So everybody who was so
It's fucking
pissed
science.
off by seeing that one panel of him saying Hail Hydra to end that first issue, It's just ridiculous. Like, they just don't understand comics.
But they did it in the movie, and it was funny.
Well, the movie it works because
It was brilliant.
he knows they're Hydra,
Yeah.
but they don't know that
Well, no,
he knows.
That was fun, though. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was... And,
well, especially since it's framed like they're going to set it up as another
Exactly.
fight in an elevator, which
Right.
is what Winter Soldier had that was so
Yeah.
great.
no,
you know.
it was awesome.
It
I thought that
was.
was fun.
It was a really good kind of, pulling the wool over their eyes moment.
Hail Hydra. They did that because of the outrage in the comic book, though. There's no
I
way.
think they did that because it makes sense story-wise for Cap to manipulate those idiots.
I think it is so a tip. I think they were like, oh, this pissed everybody off. Let's have them say
Nick
it.
Spencer got death threats
Yeah,
when that happened.
good.
And in all reality, most people that were upset were saying, well, Captain America can't be a Nazi. First of all, the character of Captain America was created by Jewish people. And it was like, you're right. He's not a Nazi, though. He's a Hydra agent. Does anybody... This is something I want to say.
Nazi gets thrown out there a lot.
This is something I want to say because I'm tired of hearing this, right? The Hydra are not Nazis. Hydra used the Nazis to further their power base, but they've also used the Iraqis. They've used the Asians. The Hydra will literally do whatever it takes to get more power, no matter who they have to ally themselves with, right? Hydra has existed throughout the centuries. Hydra was around prior to World War II, prior to Nazis existing.
But I saw in the movies that Hydra and Nazis are the same.
No,
So that's
that's
why,
not the point, though.
But the movie said
The movie didn't say that.
that they're Nazis.
The movie didn't say that. In fact, the movie has the Nazis turn on Hydra because Hydra wants to destroy them.
That's what's implied is Hydra and
Really?
Nazis are the same.
Really? Is it implied?
Listen,
that...
when Hitler started Hydra...
No.
Hitler started
No, 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 no.
1939.
Is it implied? You're talking about the movies, and I will agree with you that the movies kind of imply that. But there's a very key scene where they differentiate themselves. When the German soldiers come to investigate Hydra and they look at a map of Johann Schmidt, Red Skull's, targets, one of those targets is Berlin, the Nazi power base. Clearly, Hydra and Nazis are not the same thing.
In order to get control, you have to take out the guy that's in control, and that's what it is. Hydra and Nazis are the same.
Yeah, so you think when they killed Hitler and they were all said and done, they were going to adopt the Nazi symbolism and abandon their own?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
that's
The fact that Hydra can exist in the present day.
because Nazis got their ass kicked, so they had to stick with the octopus symbol. That's what happens.
Sure.
They're like, keep
Okay.
the skull and the tentacles.
Keep
All right.
that a thing.
I just want to make it clear to anybody: Hydra and Nazis are not the same thing.
You see that rage he's feeling? That is the rage that we were talking about earlier.
That's fucking nerd rage right there.
That is straight up the I've watched movies, so now I know comic nerd rage you're feeling when someone tries to tell you they know something that they don't because they're now a big fan of Marvel. That's that rage you're
Sure.
feeling right
I had
now.
I had a dude at work tell me I was not a fan because I didn't go see Endgame opening night, and I was like, "Where were you in 2008?" I was like, "I was a senior in high school, fucking out on a Thursday night, super late to fucking watch Iron because there were actual midnight showings. Then you didn't get them before that.
Right.
I was
Fuck
like,
that. How about the fact 10 years before 2008, oh, I like this, you get punched. Oh, I like this, you
Right.
get made fun of. Oh, I like it. Fuck that.
No, I thought it was hysterical. I'm like, are you really gonna call me not a fan for that? You dick, you fucking fair weather fan.
Yeah, I've been reading comics since I was 10, regardless of whether it made me cool, and it didn't. It was actually
No, it didn't.
I didn't get laid
school
for a long
years-
time.
In my school years, it was not cool. It didn't matter to me because it was something I enjoyed. D&D was not cool, but it didn't matter to me because it was something I enjoyed. But yeah, now it's acceptable. It's part of our popular culture at this point. And don't get me wrong, when I was working in a comic shop, one of the things that made me so happy was when someone came in and said, I saw that Iron Man movie. I kind of want to read about Iron Man now. Let me help you. Let's find you a good story to start with.
Here, it's called Demon in the Bottle.
Demon in the Bottle is a great one.
That is a good
Extremis.
one.
They
There you
adapted
go.
it into a movie that a lot of people didn't like, but the comic story of Extremis is fantastic.
It is really good.
It's a really good Iron Man story. And during the Matt Fraction years, Matt Fraction, one of the guys that wrote Iron Man the best, that did some of the stories that we are referencing in movies still to this day.
Not anymore. Iron Man's dead.
Well,
Iron Man, yeah.
Iron Man is fallen away now, so we probably won't have to deal with those things
In-
anymore.
in my
and that's not to
theater-
say I wouldn't love to see them bring in a character like the Mandarin anyway. Right?
Like
actually,
the real
the
Mandarin.
The real Mandarin.
Yeah.
Well, and that one shot implies the real Mandarin is out there.
Like, that would have been...
And he's pissed.
Especially after...
Because this asshole stole his name and is besmirching his reputation.
especially after Doctor Strange established mysticism in the Marvel Universe, Cinematic Universe, having Iron Man fight the Mandarin would have been amazing.
Well, you could even transpose that villain into the Doctor Strange story.
No, it's an Iron Man villain.
I mean, basically, the Mandarin is a sorcerer.
Iron Man villain.
He gets his power from rings, not, himself.
So, listen, Doctor Strange starts off fighting him, and then he's like, I need to get Tony. Robert Downey Jr. comes in, gets paid $20 million for a 7-minute cameo in some armor where he comes and kicks everybody's ass. There's your movie.
No.
I will accept payment, Disney.
Because
in all reality, Iron Man did the Mandarin, and obviously it wasn't the Mandarin we all expected. It wasn't even close to the Mandarin we all expected, but a one-shot that was released with a Blu-ray later called All Hail the King was great. And if you didn't see it, you need to look it up. You can watch it on YouTube. All Hail the King is a story about Trevor Slattery in jail and a 10 Rings cultist that breaks him out of jail because the real Mandarin is pissed that this joke of an actor, has been using his name. Now, whether or not that meant the real Mandarin is alive, whether or not that meant the real Mandarin is still a spirit form, right? Because he's inhabited various people through his spirit form, was ever yet to be seen, because we never touched on that again.
He's in Captain America's ass.
That's his old ass?
That's America's ass.
Right, he's old now.
I think the worst was when new Cap looked at old Cap. Present day Cap looked at past time Cap.
There you go.
Like, yeah, that is America's ass. I was like, oh,
that was funny as shit, dude.
It was also the line that is also funny is I can do this all day. Yeah, I know.
We're gonna get fucking Deadpool carrying old man Cap on his shoulders now.
In all reality, I think one of the most amazing things is how they made Chris Evans look like a real old man.
They did. Oh, dude, his old man makeup was phenomenal.
As soon as I heard the voice, though, I was like, that's actually Chris Evans. Like, he looks like an old man. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, the makeup was incredible.
I know.
They did a good job.
Like, he's just sitting there with this little package.
Being all frail.
Being all old. Like, I wouldn't get myself one of them lives.
I want to see the Falcon Captain America costume, because in the comics, it looks great. But when you look at that costume in the comics, you think, that might look really silly on a real person.
Well, we's about to find out.
It's definitely one of those costumes that you can look at and go, how do you put that on a real person to make it look good?
It's going to halfway be armor.
Well,
so it'll be
bitchin'. Well, no, I mean, his Captain America costume in the comics was basically just a Captain America costume, and then he had painted the wings to make them look the same color scheme, but he didn't wear a full mask like Cap did. He kind of had like a half a mask that only his hair was still exposed at the top.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's just a weird thing to practically put on a normal person.
All he's gonna do is repaint his Falcon red, white, and blue.
I mean, I can see that. That would be a simple, nice, and then
I don't
carry
think
the shield.
I don't think they're gonna do that wicked mask on him.
It would just,
remember, he's got his goggles.
Yeah, I like to see Captain America in a mask because I like seeing the A, right? Like
which we didn't get. Like the A went away.
The A didn't go away. When he was wearing his mask in Endgame, it had the A on it.
It just wasn't the same A. It was a gray A. It wasn't like this.
It was dirty, bitch. Shut up.
They were fighting. The whole base had just been blown up by a spaceship.
God.
I want my pure white A.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
And my little wings.
I hate you sometimes.
And my little wings.
The wings are there. They're just not protruding.
I want them out.
That looks
Those
stupid.
wings are sticking out, or it's not fucking Captain America. It's a Hydra agent.
That looked stupid.
He did say Hail Hydra. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
How
Somebody is probably taking that and running with it. Can you believe Captain America was Hydra the whole time?
How about the Hulk?
So
Hulk going,
ridiculous.
and you might want to smash things.
I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
Arg, smash.
Yeah.
Throws like a dresser or whatever.
Yeah, and then you got to actually see the Hulk mad later in the movie, and it was kind of scary.
After Black Widow died.
Yeah, it was scary. I was a little scared.
I loved his whole interaction with the Ancient One. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's so good.
I liked the Secret Wars cover reference that they did with him, where the Hulk is basically holding up everything beneath that building.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool, because that was a Secret Wars cover.
Well, that's the Spider-Man cover, too.
It is.
There's
One of the
most iconic covers is the hero holding up something way too heavy.
And you know what that whole issue is about? Him getting that damn medicine to Aunt May.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get the medicine to Aunt May.
Yeah, because he's trapped.
Dr. Octopus has infected Aunt May with a virus that's killing her.
It was called herpes because they were boning.
It was not herpes. It was not herpes.
You're right. It was
Taking Aunt
full-blown
May to
AIDS.
Pound Town.
In
Like,
any
yeah.
case, that's just a very iconic, style of cover.
It is. It is.
Having the hero hold something up that's too heavy.
I just want him to hold up a Twinkie. Like, honestly, that needs to be like a Ghostbusters cover. Like the 4 Ghostbusters holding up a giant Twinkie.
You know what we need to do?
That's a hell of a Twinkie.
That's a...
We need to do fucking deep fried Twinkies or something soon.
I'm too fat.
Are you on that keto shit right now?
No, I'm on the I don't want to die shit right now.
You'll look. You can be alive later. Right now, we need to eat deep fried. No, like I had listened to a couple of past episodes, and we were always eating some shit.
Yes, and do you notice how I said I'm dying?
You guys are like Robert Downey Jr. on the sets of movies, right? Just constantly eating.
Yeah.
You ever notice that about him in scenes? He's always eating something. Because that's just something Robert Downey Jr. does. The Joss Whedon was talking about it on the first Avengers. He would apparently like hide food around the set he was going to be acting in, so that he could just randomly pick up food and start chomping on it.
That's hysterical.
Well, yeah, no, that scene where he offers...
Where he offers Banner a berry,
Yeah.
a blueberry. Yeah, like that was
That
just
was not
food he had been
scripted.
hidden on the set that he just picked up as he was walking around, started eating.
eating and acting, and then it's like, hey, you want one? Like, that was not scripted.
That's
was
beautiful. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that was just to the frustration of a lot of the directors that work with him. That's just something he does. He likes to be eaten in his scenes or something. I don't know. Makes him seem more relatable.
What
I
if I
guess.
want a snack?
Well, right. Yeah, he's got to have a snack on
Then,
set.
and then you cut to videos of Chris Pine going, I'm trying to lose weight, but look at this snack. Have you not seen these videos?
No.
Of him, like, freaking out about his diet. He's like it's him. And, like, one of the mornings, like, I can't eat until 6, but if I have one little bite of this cupcake, I'll be fine. So he takes the bite, gets mad, and the next thing you know, the cupcake's gone. He's like, I don't know what happened. Because he's eating.
All right.
It's funny.
I'm not.
I thought you hated Chris
you
Pine.
hate Chris
No,
Pine.
not Chris Pratt, not Chris Pine. Fuck Chris Pine. Chris Pratt.
Okay. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
I like Chris
Pratt's
Pratt
funny.
quite a bit.
Chris Pratt. We like Chris Pratt here.
I loved Chris Pratt long before he was Star-Lord, though. Parks and Rec is
Parks and Rec is
fantastic.
How'd you lose all that weight?
Right, do you remember that?
I
when
just
he
stopped drinking beer.
Right, they had like that gap
that was
when he was
brilliant.
filming Guardians,
Yeah.
and when they brought him back, it was because he just stopped drinking beer.
Jacked, yeah.
How much beer did you drink?
A lot. He just said a lot. Too much.
That was good.
But no, I fell in love with Chris Pratt long before he was Star-Lord. And then when he got cast as Star-Lord, I was very excited. But my initial reaction was, isn't he a little out of shape to be a superhero?
Jason fat shaming everybody.
That's right, I guess.
You're not even friends with him, so that's not appropriate.
Well, the reality is, do you know how many people I know that are quote unquote not in good shape? Because I don't think I'm in bad shape. I don't even think you're in bad shape. You're as healthy as you feel.
Everybody.
But the reality is, do you know how many overweight people I've seen on Facebook talking about how they can finally cosplay Thor now? And I said, why would you not cosplay Thor before? It doesn't matter. The cosplay art is not about looking like the cosplay character. It's about
dressing up as a character.
dressing up as a character,
No,
right? And
no.
I was just like, what is wrong with people?
I did see the pictures of me as Kingpin because they popped up on the. I was like,
I shared them.
You were a good
I
Kingpin.
was a good Kingpin.
Yeah, shaved your head completely bald and
Completely
everything.
had the beard. Like one of the few times the beard was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
took the beard away, and then Zach with his Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
God, that was a good day.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, you killed it as Kingpin.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
It was like when what was it? Shelby dressed up as Walter from Big Lebowski, John Goodman's character. and
Yes,
he
like
was
Shelby is
perfect
perfect for
as
Walter.
He even carried
Yeah.
the bowling ball bag around the
Yeah.
whole night.
I mean,
That
I
was
was just,
great.
yeah.
So
What? No, what?
I was dressed up as the Joker, and I had to run a deposit that morning.
I remember when you dressed
Yeah.
up as the Joker. That was a
And-
good costume too.
And they, some
They
guy
thought
was
you were
like,
probably a psycho.
"Oh, absolutely." This
About to
guy's
rob
like,
the
he's
bank.
like, "Are you about to shoot this place up?" And I was like, "No, I'm giving you money."
This is a costume. I work at a comic store.
Right there.
Right there, you see that line of people waiting outside to get free shit?
I need
That's
to
what
go
we're
back
getting ready
there.
to do. I mean,
Speaking of which, Free Comic Book Day just
it
happened.
did. It was Saturday. It was yesterday.
It was
And it was May the
May the
4th.
4th.
Yeah, did you go?
No.
You didn't go to Free Comic Book Day?
I've been here. I've been dealing with
With the yeah,
a flooded basement. I haven't had time for anything else.
I was gonna go to Newcastle because he was like, yeah, we open at 8 on Free Comic Book Day. I said, great, I can swing by right before I go to work.
Yeah,
And then I overslept.
Of course.
happens.
Like, I overslept. I woke up at 8 o'clock. I was like, shit, I gotta be at work at 9. I didn't make it. I didn't make it to Free Comic Book Day.
My wife went, so I got some free comics regardless.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Free comic. What'd you guys get on Free Comic Book Day?
Let us know.
That's me
Right.
asking the audience.
No, that was audience engagement. That was brilliant.
I feel like that was understood.
I just want to make sure.
Hey,
I just
hey
wanna make
guys,
sure.
I was asking the audience.
I just want to make sure that you guys know. I want to know what you got on Free Comic Book Day.
God damn it.
I mean, that's really all.
We're done. We're
I
done.
just want to know.
Okay.
What? No.
Yes, go to entertainthegeeky.com.
Don't do it.
You can follow us on all of our social media
You
there.
can do that.
Jason posts some wicked sweet articles.
Shit, I left the notebook at work again.
Damn it. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is nice.
Yeah, sure. So, entertainthegeeky.com, all that shit. Tell us what you think about things. Jason writes some badass articles. Fucking read it and respond to it. He bounces off of your feedback.
I mean, either read or respond. You don't have to do both.
You do have to do both.
It's been a little bit of a while now because I had a flooded basement to deal with this week. So apologies to everyone out there.
Here in Missouri, it's been raining for 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh God, it's ridiculous. I've
It's
never
just
seen
not
so much
flooded.
rain.
God kept his word.
I've not seen so much rain ever. I don't think.
Like it's bad.
Perfect fishing weather.
And
no,
the
like
reality
right now
is
is not. It's too. It's
No,
not
it's too-
cloudy. It's
no,
not
it's too-
cloudy enough.
sun's too high.
and the
but I mean-
reality is it wasn't even about water leaking in.
It came
Water
up
was
from the
coming
ground.
up from
Like,
the ground.
It rained so much, the ground was like, no.
Yeah, the ground was kicking the water back out into my basement.
The ground went bulimic. It just said no.
Guys, stay geeky.
You gotta hit the button.
Push the button.
No, you didn't push the button.
Push the button.
You didn't.
Come on, motherfucker.
You're not pushing the button.
You're not pushing.
Oh,
the
that's the
button.
record. Dude, I'm
That's
tripping.
record.